So we've got the new R702VV out of the box. It's here, it's laid out on the table. We're going to get to work here, but there's something very important to mention that we alluded to in the last video. Take a look at the plug on the 702VV. This is a 120 volt single phase machine, but you'll notice that that plug looks a little different than a standard 120 volt plug. A lot of people see this, but they wonder what it is. In your household current, in your small circuits, in your small appliances at home, you have a standard plug with two prongs the same way, right? We've got the one sideways prong right here, and I'm using a real nomenclature of the layman here. But what that means is there's a sideways pole. It's a dedicated 20 amp circuit, okay? At home you've got 15 amps. These are 20 amp circuits, still 120 volt single phase. But what that means, you've got a higher amount of amps to do a little more work, and that helps with this new single phase machine. That's what I was alluding to before. We're going to take the machine in, we're going to plug it in. Right there, we've got it plugged in. We're going to go back to the machine. Let's go across. Now's the time we're going to talk about the cutter plates, because we're going to install one. We're going to run this machine. Two plates come with this particular machine, a 2D machine, you remember that. And it comes with a grater and a slicer plate. Now you'll notice I've got another extra plate over here on the side. And this is what I want to show you. Take a look at the new series of plates. Notice a difference. That's the old type of plate, and this is the new series of plates. It's got a different color. You'll also notice it's got a coating on it, that gray coating. And guess what that usually denotes is non-stick, yes. But there's a unique feature to these that we did not used to be able to do, and that was we didn't recommend before to put the older style plates in dish machines with chemicals and hot water and cycles, sanitizers, detergents, and it would discolor them, it would oxidize the metal and so forth. The new series of cutter plates are dishwasher safe for all of you operators out there that like to run everything through the machine. You've got a very expensive machine, you might as well use it. That's what that looks like. So you see the gray plates as opposed to the old style silver plates. That's what that is. Now you notice that this grater plate doesn't have that because it is the punch steel grater plate and it just doesn't work that way. The cast plates for slicers is where you're going to see that in the new machines. So we've got a grater, we've got a slicer, we've got the machine. We're going to show you the bowl first. We latch the bowl closed with a safety there, just like any other machine. We're going to put that blade hub back in it. Drop it down. Now an important note, as always, blade must go all the way to the bottom of the machine. It could possibly hang up there if you don't spin it and let the locking pins drop right in there. So you want to spin it, let it drop all the way to the bottom. There it is. Blades in the machine, put the lid back on, scraper goes inside. Now remember, we've got a notch at the front. It's going to index itself into the safety pin that's built into the handle here. Now if you notice, there's a little ramp right here, and as we close the lid, that's going to touch this pin, and that ramp is going to push the pin downward, which is going to tell the machine that the lid is closed, it's complete, and it's ready to roll. That's it. We lock it in place. We look down here. We've got it plugged in. Now this is the variable speed that we talked about. This is what VV stands for. This is the slowest speed all the way around the highest speed. Roughly about 300 RPM all the way around to 3,500 RPM. Very fast. That's the speed of a Blixer, the fastest machine that Robocoop makes. So you can do the smoothest and finest purees in this machine. We're going to turn it down to low there again. Once again, you'll notice another new feature of R702VV, a digital timer. We can set times, we can run specific times, and we can repeat those same times over and over again for an exactly consistent batch. Before there was a digital timer, you would have to eyeball it, you would run it, and you'd take a look and you'd say, yep, that looks about right, and we're going to stop right there. Well, this way you can run exactly the same time every time. We're also going to show you an interesting feature when we move along here is something that's not in any other machine, and it's called R-Mix. You'll see that in another video. It's the ability for the machine to run backwards. You ask why? We're going to tell you. We've got the timer, we've got the on. We're just going to run the machine. Let's make sure that we've got power and that it's running. There it is. Now, I turned it on, and it is running at that slowest speed, 300 RPM. Let's see if we can just get a quick look over there, Doug. All right, producer Doug's up on top. Take a look down in the bowl. This is the slowest speed that this machine runs, about 300 RPM. You can see the blade moving. It's pretty slow. Great for coarse chopping, slow stirring. This is the ability to do any type of processing because of all the different speeds. Watch as I turn it up. There's another feature you're going to notice here. This new machine is very, very quiet. And I'll say, listen closely, and the noise you hear is the air flowing through the motor and cooling the motor is the loudest noise you hear. Now that is really something. That is really quiet. It definitely was noisier machines in past generations, so this is really a great improvement. We're watching it go at slow. That was all the way to high. We're now going to move on. In the next video, we're going to show you how the cutter attachment, veg prep works, and the other processes this machine can do. So stay tuned. Remember to like and subscribe and hit that button so we can keep on bringing you the very best, because I'm Sean O, the RestEquipPro.